Answer this honestly. Have you ever looked into the mirror, locked eyes with your own reflection, and felt a sudden, chilling sense of unfamiliarity? As if the person staring back isn't you, but a biological costume you have been forced to wear? That is not a psychological disorder. That is a memory. Consider your daily reality. You wake up. Gravity crushes you. Hunger drives you. Exhaustion breaks you. The world screams that this is who you are: flesh, bone, and electrical impulses. But if this is your natural home, why do you feel a constant, aching homesickness for a place you cannot name? Why does this world feel less like a home and more like a waiting room? You feel this because you are part of a very specific lineage. You are the Pneumatics, the carriers of the spark. And that discomfort you feel? It is your dormant power trying to break the surface. In the Pistis Sophia, the most detailed Gnostic text ever recovered, there is a teaching that was systematically purged from the public record. Jesus did not just offer moral comfort. He gave his inner circle, specifically Mary Magdalene and John, a technical blueprint. He taught them to activate a structure that exists right now, interpenetrating your physical form. He called it the vesture of light, or the Soma Pneumatikon. When the religious empires consolidated power in the 4th century, they didn't just edit this chapter, they hunted it down. They burned it. Why? Because a human who activates their body of light requires no priest, fears no death, and cannot be harvested by the rulers of this material plane. What you are about to receive is not philosophy. It is the stolen manual to your own exit strategy. And tonight, we are going to take it back. Here is a paradox you must accept before we proceed. You are ghosting your own life. Most people believe the lie that they are a physical body possessing a soul, a vague, misty vapor tucked away somewhere near the heart. This is a deception designed to keep you powerless. The truth, as written in the suppressed codices, is an inversion of that belief. You are not a body with a soul. You are a multidimensional frequency wearing a suit of matter. In the Pistis Sophia, Jesus is recorded teaching the inner circle about the Soma Pneumatikon, the pneumatic body. He explains that this is not a metaphor for being a good person. It is an actual geometric, energetic structure that occupies the exact same space as your physical flesh. Think of it like a radio signal moving through a brick wall. The wall is solid, heavy, and stationary. The signal is light, information-rich, and invisible. Both exist in the exact same coordinate, yet they never touch. Right now, your physical body is vibrating at a dense, slow oscillation. It is tuned to the frequency of the architect of this material simulation. It is designed to feel hunger, pain, gravity, and fear. These sensations are not flaws. They are features. They are the tether. They are designed to lock your attention onto the screen of the material world so intensely that you forget the viewer behind the eyes. But overlaying this density is your body of light. It operates at the frequency of the monad, the true source. Here is the terrifying brilliance of the trap. The rulers of this realm cannot destroy your light body. It is immortal. So they did the next best thing. They anesthetized it. From the moment you were born, the systems of this world have been engineered to keep your consciousness dialed exclusively into the AM radio station of physical survival. You have been tricked into identifying with the cage instead of the bird. But this is where you differ from the masses. This is not about status, it is about awareness. The Gnostics identified 3 types of humans. The Hylics, who are purely material, asleep at the wheel. The Psychics, who sense something more but are caught in intellect and emotion. And then there are the Pneumatics. If you are watching this, you are pneumatic. You have felt it your entire life. A subtle vibration under your skin, a heat in your spine that doctors cannot explain, that is not a symptom. That is your body of light, breathing. It has been dormant, waiting for the authorization code to come online. And the only reason you haven't accessed its power yet is simply because you lost the manual. Until now. Why would an empire spend centuries hunting down a single meditation technique? Historians will tell you it was about heresy. They will say the bishops needed to unify the doctrine. But that is the surface story. If you look deeper into the hidden truth of the Council of Nicaea, you realize it wasn't about theology, it was about economics. Consider this. If you possess the internal technology to generate your own light, you have no need to buy oil from a merchant. The early Gnostic communities were dangerous, not because they believed differently, but because they lived differently. They didn't need a priest to mediate their connection to the divine. They didn't need a church building to find God. They didn't need to pay for salvation. They understood that salvation was not a product to be purchased. It was a frequency to be tuned into. By removing the instruction manual for light body activation, the institution created a monopoly on spiritual power. They positioned themselves as the toll booth on the highway to heaven. But there is a darker layer here. We are not just talking about human bishops. They were just middle management. We are talking about the architects behind them. The Gnostics warned us about the Archons, the non-physical rulers of this realm who feed on low-vibration emotional energy, fear, guilt, dependency. A human being who identifies solely with their physical body is an easy food source. You are constantly afraid of death, constantly seeking external validation. You are a battery plugged into the matrix. However, a human who activates the Soma Pneumatikon becomes useless to the Archons. You become indigestible. When you shift your consciousness into the body of light, you exit the matrix of emotional harvesting. This blockade is not ancient history. It is active right now. This is why you have always felt a resistance when you try to explore these topics. Have you noticed? The moment you commit to deep spiritual work, a distraction occurs. The car breaks down. An argument starts. A sudden wave of exhaustion hits. That is not bad luck. That is the system's immune response trying to suppress a virus. And you, my friend, are the virus. The sheer effort they put into burying this secret is the ultimate proof of its power. If the body of light was just a fantasy, they would have laughed at it. Instead, they burned libraries to keep it from you. That should tell you everything you need to know about what you are truly capable of. Before you can turn the key, you must find the lock. The tragedy of modern spirituality is that people try to layer divine practices on top of a purely material identity. They meditate, they chant, but they do it as the body. They are trying to upgrade the software without acknowledging the hardware is obsolete. Jesus taught the inner circle that light body activation begins not with a breath, but with a recognition. The Gospel of Thomas holds a cryptic line. When you make the two into one, then you will say to the mountain, "Move," and it will move. What are the two? They are the operator in the machine. Don't just listen to me. Do this. Right now. Raise your hand in front of your face. Look at the palm. Now, wiggle your index finger. Stop. Who commanded that finger to move? Science says it is an electrical signal. But who commanded the brain to send the signal? If you are the body, then the body is commanding itself. But you know, intuitively, that there is a you sitting behind the eyes, watching the hand move. That silent observer? That is the monad. That is the pilot. The hand is just the landing gear. The first step of the technique is called the separation. You must create a conscious wedge between your awareness and your biology. The Archons have spent your entire life welding these two together. They want you to believe that when your body is hungry, you are hungry. You must break that weld. Tonight, you are going to initiate the override protocol. You are going to stop being the character in the movie and start being the projector. In the ancient traditions, they warned that this step is the hardest. Why? Because the ego is terrified of it. The ego is the operating system of the physical body. Even right now, as you listen to this, your mind is screaming for a distraction. It wants you to check a notification. It wants you to scratch an itch. It wants to pull you back into the density. Do not fight it. Just watch it. When you successfully detach, even for a microsecond, you will feel a shift. A sudden lightness. A subtle vibration around the crown. That is the signal. That is the body of light, sensing that the pilot has finally entered the cockpit. This is the prerequisite. You cannot fill a cup that is already full. You must empty yourself of the idea that you are human, so that you can remember you are divine. Once you have established this 0 point, the wiring is hot. The circuit is open. Now, we enter the Holy of Holies. What I am about to give you is the reconstructed technique from the Pistis Sophia. Please understand, this is not visualization. You are not imagining a beach to relax. You are writing code onto the fabric of reality. Jesus taught that the body of light is fuel-dependent, and the fuel is pneuma, breath imbued with conscious intention. Tonight you will perform the Rite of the Seven Breaths. Why 7? Because in Gnostic cosmology, there are 7 spheres of the Archons. To exit, you must build a vehicle capable of piercing all 7 layers. Step 1. The descent of the gold. Close your physical eyes. Activate your inner vision. Visualize a sphere of blinding molten gold hovering about 2 feet above your head. This is the monad. It is not sunlight. It is intelligent, living consciousness. Step 2. The inhale. Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose. Pull that golden liquid down. Feel it. Enter the crown of your head. Slide down through the pineal gland. Wash down the throat and settle into the solar plexus. You are not just breathing air. You are drinking light. Step 3. The exhale. This is the crucial mechanic. As you exhale slowly through the mouth, visualize that golden light exploding outward from your center. Push it out through your skin. See it forming an oval shield, a radiant egg of gold that extends 2 feet beyond your physical body. Inhale, charge the core. Exhale, construct the armor. You must do this exactly 7 times, not 6, not 8. With each breath, the structure becomes denser. By the 3rd breath, you may feel a tingling in your fingertips or heat in the spine. By the 5th breath, the boundary between your skin and the air begins to dissolve. By the 7th breath, the circuit is closed. You are now enclosed in the Soma Pneumatikon. Listen closely to how the text describes this state. He who receives the mystery of the light shall become a wall of fire around him, and the Archons shall not be able to approach him. When you complete the 7th breath, do not rush to open your eyes. Sit in that vibration. You might feel a distinct pressure, a magnetic resistance like 2 magnets pushing against each other. That is the feeling of your monad frequency overriding the material static. You have just switched power sources. You are no longer running on biological energy. You are running on eternal current. For the Archons, you have just disappeared from their radar. You are a dangerous quantity. You are awake. There is a warning label on this bottle that the modern New Age teachers conveniently forget to read to you. They tell you that ascension is peaceful. They tell you it is full of love and light. That is a half-truth. The full truth is that activating your body of light is an act of war against your own limitations. And the moment you turn that key, your reality is going to react. When you successfully shift your frequency, you create dissonance with the world around you. This is simple physics. Two different vibrations cannot occupy the same space without friction. Here is what you must be prepared for in the days following this activation. Your old life may start to reject you. You might walk into your workplace and feel a sudden, crushing exhaustion because your new energetic structure is allergic to the density of that environment. You might look at friends you've known for years and realize you have nothing to say to them, not out of judgment, but because you are now broadcasting on a channel they cannot receive. The Archons do not give up their livestock easily. When you start glowing on the astral plane, you become visible in a new way. You might experience a sudden wave of chaotic thoughts, nightmares, or old addictions resurfacing with a vengeance. Do not be afraid. This is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of success. It is the system trying to lower your vibration back down to a harvestable level. They are throwing everything they have at you to see if you will flinch, to see if you will voluntarily shut down your own light and go back to sleep. This is the test. This is where the pneumatic is separated from the psychic. If you are strong enough to hold your ground when the wind blows, I want you to leave a mark in the comments right now. Write, "I hold the light." Do not do this for the algorithm. Do this to solidify your intent in the physical realm. When you type those words, you are anchoring the frequency into this timeline. You are telling the universe that you are awake. Understand this. The hidden truth is that loneliness is often the price of admission. The inner circle Jesus taught was small for a reason. Most people are addicted to the comfort of the cage. They will not understand why you have changed. They may even attack you for it. Let them. You are not here to fit in. You are here to exit the matrix. The Soma Pneumatikon is your escape pod. Once it is fully online, you stop seeking validation from the simulation. You realize that you are a sovereign colony of one. The friction you feel is simply the sound of your chains breaking. You now hold the keys that were stolen from your ancestors. The church tried to burn this map. The Archons tried to make you forget you even had a destination. But the very fact that you are hearing this right now proves that their suppression failed. The spark in you was stronger than the system designed to contain it. But knowledge alone is not power. Knowledge is only potential. Power is action. This channel is not designed for entertainment. It is a digital sanctuary for the scattered members of the elect. We are reconstructing the Library of Alexandria, one video at a time. If you want to access the deeper layers of Gnostic technology that we cannot speak of openly to the masses, you know what to do. Subscribe and activate the notification bell. Consider this your digital signature on the roll call of the awakened. By doing so, you are telling the algorithm and the universe that you demand more truth, more depth, and more light. Like this video to signal the others. Every like is a beacon that helps another lost soul find their way home through the noise of the internet. Now, to seal this activation, we must close the circle. We do not leave this energy open-ended. We lock it in. I want you to repeat this final mantra with me, either aloud or in the silence of your mind. Let these words vibrate through your bones. I am not the clay. I am the fire inside the clay. My light is my shield. My light is my door. And through this light, I am free. Carry that vibration with you into sleep tonight. Let it rewrite your dreams. The door is open. The body of light is waiting. The only question left is, will you walk through? Welcome home.